Good evening, colleagues, and welcome to the Project Management Guru series. As you recollect, a couple of days back, I started a program on how to manage your construction contracts effectively. And today, I want to talk about remedial works. That is the correction of defective work by the contractor. The contractor has a duty, a contractual duty, to actually correct or rectify any defective work that has been brought to his attention by the architect or the engineer. In actual fact, the architect or the engineer has to issue instructions to the contractor to actually rectify any defective work that he has noticed. But what if this contractor refuses or neglects to rectify this defective work? What are the implications? And what are the options for the employer? Well, once he neglects or refuses to rectify this defective work, then it implies that this contractor has actually breached the contract or the duty on remedial work. His refusal to comply to the architect or engineer instructions is also a breach of contract or a breach of duty. And this entitles the employer to claim damages or losses due to the breach. So what normally happens is the architect or the engineer issues a default notice or a notice of the breach of contract or duty to the defaulting contractor, and it gives him a time period to correct the breach. And if this defaulting contractor fails to respond within the time period, the employer makes arrangements to get the correction done by other contractors, and he recovers the cost or offsets the cost from this defaulting contractor's payments that are due. Or if there are no payments due for this defaulting contractor, then he has the option to sue this contractor to recover the cost. But another dimension to this problem is, what if this contractor complies to these architectural engineer's instructions on remedial work, and he carries out the remedial work as expected? But in the process of doing or executing this remedial work, subsequent costs or losses or damages are incurred. For instance, in the process of correcting the defective work, a tenant has to be paid to vacate the premises for this work to be done. Or, for instance, in the process of correcting the defective work, he delayed other contractors' work, leading to payment claims from these contractors. Or this defective work actually entails supervision and design costs by the architects or the engineer. These subsequent costs incurred as a result of the remedial work, can the employer recover these losses or damages from the contractor? Yes, he can. This subsequent cost is recoverable from the contractor from any payments due. And if there are no payments due, then the contractor can be sued to recover the cost. These subsequent costs must include payments to tenants to vacate the premises, that is foreseeable costs, whilst the remedial work is done, design and supervision costs. But there are no cost recovery for consultants who inspected or investigated the defective work. So if there are consultants who are engaged to inspect and investigate the defective work, payments to those contractors or those consultants will be borne by the employer. Okay. And this issue came up in the case of H.W. Neville Limited versus William Press and Son Limited, a 1981 case in the UK. And the court ruled that yes, this subsequent cost, if any, is recoverable from the contractor. But there are no cost recovery for fees paid to consultants who inspected and investigated the defective work. Colleagues, this is very important, that you take note of these options that I've discussed with you. If he refuses to execute the remedial work, that is a breach of duty, a breach of contract on the part of that contractor, and you have every right to actually recover the losses or damages incurred as a result of that. But if it does the remedial work, and as a result of that, subsequent cost is incurred as a result of this remedial work, that is also recoverable for the contractor. But remember, there's no cost recovery for consultants who inspected and investigated the defective work. Thank you very much for listening. Once again, my name is the Project Management Guru. Join me on my Facebook page, #GCCJBCC, or you can also join my Facebook group, Project Management and More, or you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget, as you watch this video, just click on the subscribe button at the bottom of this video and join the family on YouTube as I continue to share with you issues on the management of your construction contracts. If you want training too on some of these matters, I can give you a deeper knowledge through my weekend courses, which is very, very moderate. Just call me or send me an email. My details are on my various web pages, or you can call me on 0827278736, and we can arrange a one-on-one session on some of these contractual issues. Thank you very much and have a good night.